The room is dim, the curtains drawn like heavy thoughts across a mind unwilling to face the light. Do-hyun sits curled in the corner, breath unsteady, whispering a name like a prayer he knows will never be answered. Do-hyun whispers, Yong, Yong. His fingers clutch the edge of his shirt, as though trying to hold himself together, trembling under the weight of emotions too large for his chest. Do-hyun said, I long for a fruit hanging just out of reach, sweet in dreams, bitter in truth. My hope, futile, but stubbornly alive. Then we are shown flashback, where younger Do-hyun stands beside his father, woman enters with a gentle smile, and behind her, a boy, tall, poised, eyes that hold storms. Father said, Do-hyun, this is your new mother. Woman kneels slightly, placing a hand on her son's shoulder. Mother said, and this is Yoo-won, your elder brother from today. Father softly said, it may be hard, son, but we are a family now. The words land like snow, soft but cold. Back to the present, Do-hyun is alone again, the silence in the room louder than any voice. Photograph rests in his hand, he and Yoo-won, side by side, smiling. But the edges are frayed, as if time is trying to erase the moment. Do-hyun said, I never believed it. Not once. Family, they said. But my heart, it knew another name for him. He stares into the photo, eyes hollow but burning. Do-hyun said, love shouldn't rot a person from the inside, but mine does. It grows like ivy, beautiful but strangling. I see myself fading in its shadow. Again we are shown flashback, where Do-hyun reaches out to hold Yoo-won's hand as they walk. Yoo-won pulls his hand away gently, without a word. Do-hyun's fingers hang in the air, unanswered. Back to the present, he breathes in sharply, clutching the photo tighter, forehead resting against his knees. Unseen by him, Yoo-won stands outside the door, his shadow cast long on the floor. His eyes linger for a moment, unreadable, then he steps back and quietly closes the door. Do-hyun said, he saw me, not as I wanted to be seen, but as I truly am. And he turned away. The door clicks shut. Silence returns. Then we are shown gay bar scene, where in the dim, pulsing warmth of the gay bar, a place that felt like both refuge and repetition. Do-hyun and his friend sat nursing their drinks. Music throbbed low, like a heartbeat muffled underwater. His friend leaned closer, voice carrying a teasing familiarity. You really do have a type, don't you? The quiet ones, the bookish ones. Jihoon, Jengwoo, where aren't they all cut from the same page? He laughed lightly. Honestly, it's like dating photocopies. Even saw someone faking that vibe once, just to catch your eye. Do-hyun smiled faintly but said nothing, eyes locked on the glow of his phone. World flickering in his palm, new message had arrived. I made spicy stir-fried pork. Don't stay hungry. Eat, okay, Yoo-won said. The kind of message that arrived not with urgency, but with quiet devotion, like someone placing an umbrella over your head without saying a word. Do-hyun's fingers moved before he fully thought. I will be home early. Yoo-won again text, Hyun is here. I'm right outside, waiting, as if time meant something different for him. Do-hyun stood up abruptly. I'm waiting for someone. Hyun's here, he said. I will go first. As he stepped into the night, the cold bit sharply, reminder of the space between warmth and solitude. Behind him, someone called out, voice from the past, edged with longing, why haven't you come, even after all this time? But Do-hyun didn't turn. Maybe he didn't hear, or maybe he had learned which voices to walk past. In front, Yoo-won waited, hands already reaching. It's cold, he said simply, wrapping a muffler around Do-hyun's neck, not just cloth but care, wrapped tight like an unspoken promise. Do-hyun looked at him, voice soft and said, why did you come inside? Yoo-won smiled, like someone who always carried spring in his pockets. Should I buy you some fish-shaped buns on the way? Then they were walking home together from the gay bar on Sun Street, the glow of neon signs trailing behind them, like fading echoes of a song neither dared to name. Yoo-won glanced at Do-hyun, his voice quiet but edged with concern. Those friends you met, they are not bad people, right? Do-hyun scoffed gently, as if brushing off a stray leaf. Do I look like a little kid to you? Yoo-won smirked, nudging him. If that's true, then I'm telling mom and dad. Then, after a beat, Yoo-won looked ahead and asked, was that a gay bar? There were only men there. Do-hyun let out a breath, part laugh, part defense. Yes, right. Without warning, he wrapped his arms around Yoo-won, touch not demanding, but seeking warmth, like someone hugging a memory before it disappears. He whispered, I have met people who remind me of you, whether they are men or women. But none of them are you. I thought, maybe if I shined a little brighter, Young would finally look my way. He lowered his gaze. So I asked you to come with me. Wind cut through the street. It's cold, Do-hyun muttered. Yoo-won rubbed his own arms and said, I told you it's cold outside. Do-hyun's voice was quiet, almost breaking against the sidewalk. I have done everything I could, but Young, do you really not feel anything? Yoo-won didn't answer right away. Then, softly, I will keep the gay bar a secret from our parents. Do-hyun flinched like the words stung more than a slap. I don't want to hear that. His voice trembled. You are always kind, always smiling like a fool. How am I supposed to face this storm alone? Tell me, these feelings aren't just mine, right? He wasn't watching where he was going, and nearly walked into a pillar. Yoo-won grabbed his arm and pulled him close, his hand brushing Do-hyun's face like a falling leaf landing by chance. You have to look ahead when you walk, Yoo-won said gently. Do-hyun blinked, a little stunned. Thanks. I almost ran into you. Yoo-won looked at him, eyes soft. You look tired. Let's go home and rest. As they continued, Yoo-won said, on the way home, can we stop at the stationery store? Do-hyun gave him a curious look. Why the stationery store? Yoo-won looked ahead, his voice barely above the wind. Lately, my pens keep going missing. I think I'm just careless. I drop them a lot without noticing. Then he turned to Do-hyun, something fragile in his smile. You will come with me, right? Do-hyun said nothing for a moment. But inside, his heart whispered, I still have a chance, right? Then the apartment is cloaked in the hush of night, shadows stretching long like secrets too heavy to speak. Do-hyun moves quietly through the dim hallway, drawn to Yoo-won's room like a moth helpless against the flame. His voice, barely a whisper, trembles, unsatisfied feelings, they rot inside like fruit left too long in the sun. They turn into hunger, hunger that devour reason. He steps into the room, the air thick with stillness. Yoo-won's bed sits untouched, yet sacred, shrine of warmth and memory. Do-hyun reaches out, fingers grazing the sheets as if brushing the edge of a dream he can't wake from. Young, he murmurs, the word cracked and hollow like a leaf dried out by longing. He lowers himself onto the bed, nestling into the space Yoo-won once occupied. The blanket exhales a familiar scent, gentle and haunting, like smoke from a fire long gone out, but still smoldering in his chest. Young's blanket, it smells like comfort I was never meant to have. His hands tremble as he undresses, shame and desire warring beneath his skin. He presses his face into the fabric as though it might quiet the ache, drown out the voice of guilt growing louder by the second. Please, his voice breaks, stop me. I'm unraveling, thread by thread. The longer I stay in the dark, the more I become it, Young. Then morning light filtered through the curtains like a soft confession, landing gently on Do-hyun's sleeping face. He had dozed off in Yoo-won's room, the quiet hum of the past still lingering in the walls. Yoo-won entered, his footsteps hesitant, like someone walking through an old dream. He approached Do-hyun and brushed his hair lightly, his fingers moving as if tuning the strings of something long silent. Do-hyun stirred awake. Jolted by the touch, he quickly sat up, glancing at his pants, almost like checking if time had betrayed him. Small sigh of relief slipped out. Young, he murmured, grounding himself in the present. Yoo-won chuckled softly. You are sweating, he said, voice as tender as rain on warm pavement. I wanted to wake you gently, sorry if I surprise you. You came home early, Do-hyun replied, brushing sleep from his eyes. I thought you went out of town yesterday. I did, Yoo-won said, but I had to come back. Couldn't leave without finding pocket money for our Yoon. Flicker of guilt passed through Do-hyun's eyes, a father in a son body, worn by responsibilities he chose too early. I only slept in your room because I was too drunk, he mumbled to himself, though words felt like an excuse offered to the mirror. Yoo-won sat beside him, the space between them humming with unspoken memories. This kind of morning, Yoo-won said, reminds me of back then, when Dad's business was collapsing. We used to share a room, remember? He reached for Do-hyun's neck, pulling him closer, like drawing back the curtain of time. You were always crawling into bed with me. So small, so warm. You slept close every night. I thought I would never be cold again. The room swelled with memory, the kind that doesn't speak but lingers like a familiar scent caught in passing. Do-hyun, caught in the moment, inhaled. The same shampoo, the same hyung. Yoo-won's fingers brushed his cheek. We even kissed each other, right? I loved that time too, Do-hyun whispered, the words fragile, like pressed flowers in an old book. Yoo-won leaned in and kissed him. Then come back, he said. Your hyung hasn't changed. But Do-hyun pulled back, breath trembling. Please wait, Hyung. I think I will get strange again. His fingers found Yoo-won's cheek, tracing it with care. Then, knock. Their mother's voice, clear and innocent, called from outside, children, come. Let's have dinner. The room exhaled. The spell broke. Do-hyun stood. Yoo-won called after him, but he turned only halfway. It would be strange, he said with a small smile. An adult should kiss me. He left, the door clicking softly behind him. Yoo-won sat in silence. He placed his hand where Do-hyun had slept. The sheets were still warm, like a memory refusing to cool, and something beneath his fingers felt strange.